Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles and Rosenberg. Give it up for No Malice on the program.
What up? What's going on? What's happening?
No Malice, you have a documentary now detailing, because we've had some great music from you. Let me commend you on the music.
I
People
appreciate
have
it.
loved the music you
Thank
put
you.
out. I mean, now there's a documentary, though.
Yes, indeed. End of Malice.
End of Malice,
Right.
kind of. Is this just you working in the studio? Or is it, what is all of this?
You know, it's basically Malice coming to the end of himself. You know, it chronicles my life in the industry, family life, where I am today. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's been very interesting just seeing the emotion that it's evoked, you know, when we screen it, laughing, crying, and, you know, just a lot of good testimony coming from, you know, the audience members.
And I saw, because I read about this too, you have Pharrell's on there too, right?
Yeah, Pharrell, my brother, my podcast partner, the Iceman, you know, so, yeah.
What's your podcast about?
My podcast is about the gospel and applying it to life, and it's definitely the word of God, but I think it's very, very relatable. You know, we take that word and we break it down, we dissect it and articulate it so people understand what's being said.
I've been pretty vocal, I would say, Rosenberg. You could, I mean, as an observer, about the dialogue around gospel rap or Christian rap, because I feel like most MCs have always talked about their spiritual beliefs in the hip hop that I grew up with.
Yeah, somewhat.
You know what I mean? Rakim,
Right.
KRS, like I learned a lot of perspectives in that. You know, whether it's believers, non-believers, whatever you believe, there was belief talk.
Right.
And then obviously there's the other more, you know, secular, worldly dialogue that obviously makes it definitely not gospel. But I do believe, like, there's great rap out there that comes from people who are more religious than the next artist, and great music in general. But the fact that it gets this is Christian rap title, for
Right.
me, is a problem, because I feel like it's either good or it's not.
Right. I think that goes for any genre of
Yeah,
anything. You know,
anything.
either it's good, either it's compelling, either it's interesting. You know, either it moves people, influences people, people gravitate to it. It's either good or it ain't.
And I feel like that sometimes that title, gospel rap or Christian rap, makes some people not want to listen to it when it might just be dope.
You know, for me, in my experience, you know, when I exclaimed to the world that I love Jesus, instantly they wanted to put me into Christian rap or Christian hip hop. And, you know, I know that on the tour bus and being with my homies and with my brother and in our conversations, we never once mentioned a Christian artist, knew of a Christian artist, knew anything about, you know, Christian hip hop. My Bible tells me, remember where you were when you were called. And I know for a fact that it is my mandate to speak to the same platform that I was taken out of. So I wouldn't say that Christian rap is what I do. I like to think what I do is still very much street hip hop.
What we were talking before this interview was interesting. You said to me you haven't listened to your brother's last album.
Man, I haven't heard his music from, I think the first was Fear of God, the mixtape or whatever. You know, I haven't heard any of that in its entirety. The only thing I've heard...
It's so crazy, right?
Nah,
but I guess not really.
That his album was
everything he does to me, I mean, it's going to be crazy. I already know of his greatness. I've been on tour with him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I guess you know him.
I would, yeah.
You've seen it all.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything less. And it's not that I stay away from his music,
right?
You know, intentionally. I left my music, so why ain't gonna leave his music too?
So you don't listen to an old Clips record, a Re-Up Gang, none of that.
You know
comes
what?
on.
I had a homie come pick me up, and you know they always want to throw something, try to Clips come back together, and they listen to this, and you know they play the stuff or whatever, and I found myself banging out to it. You know, it was really good. The lyricism, it was impeccable to me. You know, so the catalog is definitely crazy.
Well, you said that like you thought you were gonna listen to it and not like it.
No, I just hadn't.
Yo, this is trash. Now that I
Because at
think
the end
about
of the
it.
day, that's who you used to be, and it's okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you should always embrace who you used to be, and you grow and you change. But it's like, yo, I was dope back then.
I saw a picture
I
of
might
me in
not
some
agree
cross
with
colors
it
the other day. It
You know what I
wasn't
mean?
dope.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't dope. I had
No,
cross
it probably
colors.
was.
It wasn't dope.
Benetton watch.
It
wasn't dope.
Back then,
My
it was
flat
dope.
top, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but you know you don't quite remember everything that you used to say
Right,
or
right.
the verses. So to bring some of that stuff back, I was like taken by it. Yeah.
So you don't see a time where No Malice and Pusha could do an album where you maintain where you are today.
I would always maintain. I don't compromise.
No, I know, of
Right,
course.
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm just
nah.
saying
I'm with you.
in the
And
in the
he does him
creation.
and you do you.
And you
Yeah.
guys talk about both sides of the game, like your evolution and and where he's still at. Because that's a conversation we was having also before this about
Right.
how
Right.
the world and a lot of our family members, kids who people we love and care about, grew up with, always want you to be the same person
Right.
your entire life.
Right.
Yeah.
They
know that
never
person.
want you to evolve. They don't want you to move out of your neighborhood. They don't want you to change your perspective. They don't want you to wear different clothes. They don't
Yeah.
like they criticize you for evolving. And I
Right.
think you've
Right.
you've bravely said, you know what? Now I'm not that person no more.
Well, I'm definitely not that person
Yeah.
no more. I don't even think I could write lyrics the same way anymore. People that enjoy the Clips catalog. They like it for what it was, of what we did, what we gave, and I'm never gonna try and tamper with that brand or try to twist it now. You want Clips for what you remember them for, and that's what we gave you. So you can revisit some of those albums and stuff. But I definitely now wouldn't try and tamper with the brand.
And you would never do a collaboration with Pusha.
No, I don't shut the door on anything, man. But I believe it's my calling to remain flat-footed, to not waver. I believe whether people know it or not, they are counting on someone to stand for something. Even if they don't know that's what they need. Everything is changing. Everything flip-flops. Everything is trending, and nothing remains the same.
Did you? I know you don't make a lot of time for music. At any point, did you make any time to hear "To Pimp a Butterfly"?
No, I didn't. But that's because I'm out the loop. I recognize that.
No. I'm just curious if there's some things that would appeal to you more than others, maybe because you hear what the content's about, and some of the people
Listen,
that are standing for more.
That's right. And I do commend those people who are making a platform and talking about the social injustices and the things that's going on, and have a voice, and dare to be brave and give light to some of these issues, because we desperately need it out here. So yeah.
So who do you listen to?
I listen to cats like The Killers and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I was just saying the other day, when I work out, I used to listen to 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like my motivation, But I notice now I can't groove to certain things the same way I used to. I just can't. And it's not me making a conscious decision.
Nah, it happens.
Yeah. Like
Some
it's
things
real.
just don't sound the same.
Like it's real. It's definitely real.
That's what evolution is about, man. You've changed.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot.
That's
a lot.
right.
Sure.
He's
That's
changed
right.
a lot. He's changed. No Malice, and the documentary is the end of No Malice.
The end of Malice.
Malice.
Yeah, the end of Malice.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But for the people who maybe can't catch it tonight for the screening,
No
is it going to
doubt.
be available anywhere else?
Listen, March 27th is going to premiere on Revolt TV, so you can check it out.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Oh, that's tight.
And then
March 27th.
after that, are you going to do any like iTunes or anything like that, or do you have a plan?
Yeah. We actually have a soundtrack called Moving Weight. I'm on the first single. It's called Best Believe It, featuring myself and a new dude coming out called MD Uno, and you can get it off of iTunes. Moving
And
Weight.
you literally moved some weight. You're not talking
Hey,
about
hey,
weight. You lost
yeah.
50 pounds.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm in that gym, baby.
Yeah, he was
I'm in
giving me
there.
tips.
You lost 50
Yeah.
pounds.
Man, I was 202. I'm like 155 now.
I don't ever remember seeing you at a time when I felt like you were overweight in any way.
Well, check it. If you look at the documentary, and the documentary took like 2 years, you can see I went up, down, within the 2 years. Yeah,
and now you must be very focused because you are very trim.
yeah, man.
Focus in the gym, discipline, eating, all that.
I do okay.
You're doing all right.
I do all right.
Did the person we're seeing today know Malice? The transition.
Apparently, Malice weighed about 50 pounds. By the way, now that there's no Malice,
It's
he's
less
down,
weight.
He's down to 155.
Wait, and Malice is bad. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy.
I like that joke.
No, but seriously, that transition, the awakening that you have made for yourself, was that one day you woke up? Like, can you, for people who haven't followed this path, and you've been talking about it for several years now, and you've put out albums and all of that, but can you talk now about that spiritual awakening?
Yeah.
And what I just want to paint the picture for the people watching this, what that day was like, because I'm sure you remember it.
Yeah, you know, if you listen to the music, you can tell that this change was organic. You know, the people that enjoy the music, they told me that they saw it coming. You know, from the beginning, that they could see it coming. And then people want to simplify and say it's like just one thing. You know, but it was definitely a multitude of things. Just doing the checks and balances on your life, you know, just taking stock and inventory of your life over a certain amount of time. If you're in the same place you were last year, you know, okay, maybe, but then the year before that or the year before that, it might be, you know, time to start rethinking some things, coming up with a different strategy and a different plan.
And that's what it was for you. Is that you started to take stock, and was any of it, I mean, because, you know, we've talked to Pusha too, there's a lot of people that you guys came up with who are no longer with us or incarcerated, your family members, your friends, your loved one, people from your neighborhood, like just looking at all of that.
See, to
and
me,
the traps and the things that, you know, we all and our loved ones have fallen into.
Right, and that felt like a sabotage because I had told my manager, Jeezy, I told him it ain't right, like it's going down. I told them that it was coming down. I actually told them that they're going to jail. I told them that. And when I go see Jeezy or talk to him, he tells me to this day, he said, yo, you told us that because I saw it coming. So, you know, and I felt like because that happened and at the time that it did, I had already made the change. And so I felt like when people looked at this scenario, they're going to say, oh, he stopped because of what happened to them. Nah, this was, you know, before that. Definitely was before that. And they'll tell you that. Yeah.
That's some ill. And I think it happens to a lot of people, man, where, you know, you start looking around yourself and you're like, I have to make a change for myself, for the people that I care about, that I can still affect and hopefully keep from those circumstances.
Listen, and then the music, you know, the music that we put out, I love the music and everything, but me personally, I had to tell the entire story. Like my homies that are locked up, when 1 minute we're celebrating and partying and enjoying life and doing whatever it was we want to do. Now you talk to them now, they will tell you themselves, not me, they'll tell you themselves that none of it was worth it. Nothing was worth 300 months in jail. Nothing we didn't have that much fun for it to be worth going to jail for 32 years, 11 years, 28 years, 8 years, and things like that. Well, none of it worth it.
When you finally decided to come out with, you know, and say, look, this is the way I want to live my life, did you have people, other artists, come to you trying to have like strange interventions with you because they thought you were going through like a midlife crisis?
Nah, listen, I'm not even simple like that. And here's the thing. I was actually, people say you're brave or you're courageous for doing something like this, and I don't subscribe to none of that. Actually, what happened was I was trying to go harder within the rap. I was wondering why I could not be like everyone else. I was looking at my surroundings and my peers, and they was partying and having fun, and I wanted to be comfortable like that. I probably partied the hardest, you know, but then at night I would feel miserable. Like I had this misery, and I kept going up and down, and I was wondering, no one else is going through this. You know, I was even asking, you know, my homies and the people that I was on tour with, and they told me, they said, you know, you're the only one that asked that question. Now, back to what you were saying, when I was coming home one day and talking with myself, I said, I'm just gonna live. Forget this guilty, you know, feeling, forget all this regret, you know, do what you wanna do. Ain't nobody else tripping like you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and party and do it up. And I literally tried to sear my conscience, like forget it. So when people say you found God, I did not find God. I was trying to party with the devil. Trust me, I was trying to go hard. God himself said, no, not you. He did not allow me to do it. And that's what I seen with my own eyes. Whether anyone believes it or not, I know for a fact he did not allow me to sear my conscience and,
And be numb.
and be numb. Exactly. Perfect word. And be numb to it. And I tried.
Because
Yeah.
that's what that's why you see the hashtag now, stay woke, often. Because people are walking around walking dead. There's people just while you out here not awake. You
Brother, Walking Dead and just following what's going on. Every single person is unique. And not only that, when you follow other people, you rob us, you rob humanity, you rob the world of giving us the gift that is you. You need to be who you are to share your gift with us.
How long did you last when you said you were like, I'm gonna try, I want to party, just don't feel bad about it, do you? How long did you last before you got the message that you weren't supposed to be doing that?
Man, and I talk about this in the film. This is very, very accurate. The second that here I am, I'm on my way home, and I said aloud, I'm just gonna live. Like, forget all of this ups and downs. I pull up in my driveway. I go, see, I wasn't even gonna get all supernatural on you.
Sorry, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, but I am.
Let's go. We have a church. We have a church.
But I am. So when I get home, right? So when I get home, I sit in my chair and I'm just thinking, and I literally felt a tap on my shoulder. So much so that I raise up and I look over my right shoulder. Now, I'm such a realist that to myself, I would have said, this has got to be a muscle spasm. I was convinced in my own intellect and in my own mind that I felt this tap on the shoulder. Then, with a whole bunch of details in between that I'll leave out, I was reading and I was led to read this article or this passage, in the reading of the word. And it said, how utterly unable are we to find any comfort or relief when God's finger even slightly touches us. And that talked exactly to my situation. Then I'm watching TV one day. My wife and we watching some pastor on TV. He said, oh yeah, God is still in the business of touching people on the shoulder. And we looked at each other like this is conversations that we had, between ourselves.
You was like, babe, I was driving, somebody touched me on the shoulder. I was tripping out. And then she was like, see, God touched you on the shoulder. You've been paying attention.
But listen, this is my truth. Like couldn't no one get me to deny what happened. At the time that I said I was going to sear my conscience. At the time that I said it. So it just all lines up to me.
Yo, the documentary No Malice tonight, AMC E6.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then on March
27th?
March 27th, Easter Sunday.
There
Revolt.
you go.
Ooh, on Easter
Available on
Sunday.
Revolt.
The end of
Resurrection.
Malice.
Come back to life.
There you go. Give it up for No Malice on the program.
Thanks for having me, y'all.